Hello again. Well, this is going to be part 3 because I did forget some stuff. I'm glad I wrote things down. So, a vital part of self-love is giving yourself a pat on the back when you get things right. We don't do enough of that for ourselves, and we constantly look outside of ourselves for doing that. And I should really just stick to talking about myself. I have done that in the past. And I find sometimes I still do that a little bit. Not as much as I used to, but if you catch yourself trying to get something from someone else out here, give it to yourself. That's self-love. You deserve it. You deserve to acknowledge yourself when things go great, when you get things right. You need to pat yourself on the back. Also, your lower self is definitely a part of yourself that you want to acknowledge also for doing the job that it's doing for you. It is simply our protector, and it wants to be acknowledged for the job that it's doing. So the first thing I do when I have a thought that doesn't feel good, I thank myself for bringing whatever it is that's bringing to my attention. I thank it for that. And then if it doesn't feel good, I'll say, I don't really, thank you, but I don't have to believe that this is true. And that's part of Byron Katie's work that I talked about in an earlier video. And then I might explore where it's coming from. So I don't always do that. Not recently. I did it first. The other thing I want to mention right now is that we're going through a huge shift in vibration, and it is not, I would say it's not completely necessary to do this work, but it will get you further down the road in doing this work. It will help immensely in the upgrades that we're going through in vibration. So practicing self-love will be very helpful right now for a lot of people that may not be doing this. And I think there's more people than not that aren't doing this. The energies right now are supporting any kind of inner work that you're doing for yourself. But like I said, we're getting upgraded. But it doesn't have to be a rude awakening. It can be very calm and loving if that's how you want it to be, just by practicing a little bit of self-love. So if you're not aware of the shift we're going through, now you are. It's happening for everyone. And whether you want to believe it or not, your belief is not necessary. It's happening. So get on the bandwagon if you want to be a happier person. Love yourself. Acknowledge the job that your lower self is doing for you to keep you protected, even if it is doing it in kind of a roundabout, messed up way. Sometimes it looks like sabotage, even though it's not meant to be sabotage. Our lower self is a lot like a little kid, and little kids calm down when you give them attention and you acknowledge them. And just like little children, our lower self wants to please us, so it wants to be acknowledged that it's doing a good job, and that's very helpful. So I think that is pretty complete. I'd love feedback on this from anyone who watches this, and I wish you the best. Aloha.